Thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Foundation Remembrance, Responsibility and Future, the EVZ Foundation, on the occasion of this conference. The launch of the new strategic EU framework for equality, inclusion and participation of Roma under the German EU presidency is an important opportunity to emphasize Germany's special responsibility for the rights of people with Romani backgrounds in Europe and the fight against anti-gypsyism. The National Socialist regime deprived Sinti and Roma of their rights and subjected them to systematic persecution. 500,000 people were cruelly murdered. In post-war Germany, for far too long, Sinti and Roma have had to fight for full acknowledgement of this racial persecution and genocide. To this day, a deep-rooted and structural anti-gypsyism exists in Germany and other European societies. It prevents people with Romani backgrounds from exercising their rights in all areas of life. It leads to social exclusion, poverty and segregation, violence and hatred, as well as discrimination and racial profiling by authorities, and the fact that victims of violence do not have sufficient access to justice. The EVZ Foundation therefore welcomes the new strategic EU framework. It officially recognizes anti-gypsyism as a form of racism against Sinti and Roma. It prioritizes the fight against it through effective European and national measures. Effective equality and inclusion with people of Romani backgrounds finally requires a paradigm shift. Roma and Sinti must be actively involved in the development and implementation of national inclusion strategies, from the outset and at all levels. And all measures taken must acknowledge and reflect the diversity of people with Romani backgrounds. The EVZ Foundation stands for the responsibility for and remembrance of all victims of National Socialist injustice. We support local and international projects that commemorate the victims and provide support to survivors. We fund coalition building against anti-gypsyism and projects that aim to empower people with Romani backgrounds in Germany and Central Eastern Europe. One of our key goals is strengthening the access to education for Sinti and Roma. In particular, the EVZ Foundation supports self-organizations of Sinti and Roma in its funding. We support projects to empower girls and women and train school mediators. One example is the pilot project Empor, carried out by the Internationale Kultur- und Sportverein der Roma Carmen e.V. in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. It encourages Roma inclusion in society and empowers Roma as equal citizens and as contributing members of society. A recent success of the project was the increase of Roma voters' participation in the local elections in September. The EVZ Foundation is a partner to active civil society that takes action for solidarity based on human rights. Therefore, the new EU framework also provides us with an excellent basis to further attract organizations and other foundations as cooperation partners at national and international level to promote equality as well as social participation and inclusion of people with Romani background. Thank you.